Where are you from?
I'm from New York City, Lower East Side, East Village.
What was your first break?
What was my first break? Well, actually, my own film, Straight Outta Tompkins, was definitely my first break. I employed myself, so it was, yeah. I guess aside from that, Coming Through the Rye with Chris Cooper.
What else have you been in?
I've been in Coming Through the Rye and Straight Outta Tompkins and ton of NYU thesis films and stuff like that that I just that had basically schooled me as an actor. So yeah.
How do you feel about this career?
Oh man, I love everything about the film business. It's all that I know. So it's yeah, it's everything to me.
How did you decide to become an actor?
Like I said, it's family business. My dad's an actor, director, so I just kind of fell into my lap, and it's in my blood. I couldn't do anything else, to be honest. So.
How would you describe your type or specialty?
My type or specialty? Actually, I feel like my specialty is getting the truth out of a story. Really coming in with bringing the grittiness and the realness to a story, whether it's acting or directing.
Who's your favorite actor? Who you look up to?
Ooh, oh man, it changes every day. Right now, let's go with Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, he's great. Everything that I've seen him in, he exists in the character, whatever character it may be. So he's incredible, and yeah.
What would your ideal job be?
My ideal job would be writing and directing my own films and acting in other people's films.
Do you consider yourself to be lucky?
Oh yeah, so lucky. I was lucky to be born into the family that I was. I'm lucky to be where I am right now. I'm extremely lucky that I got the chance to make a film, especially my first feature film at 20 years old when I went to pre-production.
What did you do before?
Before this, I was a kid. but yeah, I mean, my passion was basketball until I was about 14 years old.
Would you rather have a car or a diploma?
Honestly, I would. I don't care about a diploma, but I don't really care about a car either. But I guess I'd take the car over the diploma, definitely.
How do you feel about globalization?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I don't know. Can we come back to that one? Yeah.
How do you feel about the amount of stuff people buy?
I think that materialism is ridiculous. I actually just wrote it on my paper over there. One of my turnoffs is materialism. I think that especially in my film Straight Outta Tompkins, and I'm writing this new thing about Detroit. I really have gotten to experience basically the having nothing. Not myself. I've seen it having absolutely nothing, and also I've spent time in Malibu, so it's like I've gotten to see both sides of the spectrum, and I think that materialism is pretty ridiculous, and it's just fogging up the world. It's like you see all these rappers, and I love rap, I love hip hop, I love all that, but everything is just more and more things, more and more money, and it's not what I'm about. My goal is to be able to just have a house that has a roof over my head, and have a family, and that's it. So, be a director.
Would you rather live the American way or be a socialist?
Socialist. Wow, did you read my thing yet? The last book I read was the Communist Manifesto. This is weird.
What does the American way mean to you?
Oh man, the American way or the American dream or some sort of
yes.
both? Okay, so it's crazy because both my parents, I feel like, have lived the American dream. They both came from, not very poor families, but families that were living from paycheck to paycheck. And my dad became a director and an actor, and my mom became a singer. She sang with Meatloaf, and they both made their lives and their journeys, and that's incredible. And I have a lot of respect for that. but I don't know. I think it gets blurred, like we were talking about with materialism and everything. I think the lines really get blurred of what the American dream is, actually. And everyone has a different American dream, but, you know, I'm talking in circles.
What does the future look like to you?
The future to me, you know, I would love to be, I love working. That's my passion. So anything to stay working, anything to stay telling stories, you know, just especially stories that don't really get the chance to be told. Like Detroit. I'm writing about Detroit right now. You know, I was in a very bad neighborhood in Detroit, and a lot of those stories don't make it out of there. They never do. No one hears about them. It's like a third world country over there, seriously. And it's I just want to be able to tell those stories. I want to be able to tell stories other people can't tell. So.
How do you feel about having children?
How do I feel about having children? I'm repeating every question, by the way, after you ask me. I really want children one day. Yeah, I would love to have children. I think that's a big part of my life goal, my dreams. Yeah, and find a loving wife, someone who, you know, loves me for who I am. So.
Can you tell me what conflicts or challenges the world is facing today?
The world. Whoa, that's another. Man, I mean, since we're stuck on this materialism thing, I'm not gonna just say it again, but I really feel like, at least in my world, because I'm 22 years old, I've experienced as much as I can, but I'm still very young, and I need to get out there and see the rest of the world. But especially here in America, it's just, I think things are really blurring. Things as in objects are blurring everyone's view on the world and everyone's take of, you know, what's right and what's wrong. So, yeah.
What is your favorite way to communicate?
My favorite way to communicate? Honestly, without words. Especially if it's someone that you're in love with or someone that means a lot to you, just those little actions. And I mean, in scenes too, you can tell a huge story without saying anything, just with a touch or just with a look. So, yeah.
What do you think of the creative scene in Los Angeles?
I think it's pretty cool. I'm used to the creative scene in New York, but coming out here, it's interesting, and it's definitely new to me. So it's exciting. It's new and exciting.
What is your favorite book, film, and music right now?
My favorite film right now, let's just go with one that I've seen recently in the past 2 months. Whiplash. I thought that was just a really well-made film, and I loved it. Loved everything about it. Actually, I thought it was great acting, great filmmaking, just like done very well. I've yet to see Birdman, which I need to check out. So I haven't seen that. But and then my favorite music right now would be Joey Badass from New York. He's a rapper, and he's more of hip hop style, like all of Pro Era basically. That's his crew, and it's almost bringing back like 90s hip hop, a lot of 90s hip hop. And like I was saying before, it's not just like, oh, I got fat pockets and I got this car outside and this girl with me. It's more just like, you know, just songs about everyday life and things that you can really relate to. So. And what was it? Favorite book? Right now, I'm gonna have to go with the Communist Manifesto. Am I gonna get shot for saying that? Right now, because that was the last book I read, and that was let's go with that right now. Why not? So.
All right. Yeah, we're all done.
Cool.